We're here with Phil, who's been dancing for a long time, at least twice as long as I have. So, Phil, tell us about yourself. How long have you been dancing?
Yeah, thanks for inviting me, Frank. I've been dancing about 25 years. I started in 1998, I think, and it was a slow start. Actually, it was an auntie of mine who needed a tango partner. She knew someone who was taking a tango class for 4 weeks, and she wanted a partner. So I partnered her. She was 70 at the time. She's 95 now. And we did a 4-week course, just the basic 8 steps. And then I left it after that. I was dancing quite a bit of salsa at the time, which was very popular. And tango was just a little bit of just to find out what it was like. So, and then another auntie, probably 6 months later, another auntie of mine got a circular in the mail over at Sumner, and it was to say that this tango class is happening in the Civic Theatre in Manchester Street. So I thought, oh, well, I'll have a go, and that's when I started, and I got the bug.
You had given up to salsa by then, because salsa is a new thing to me.
Yeah, I was still dancing salsa. I was going to tango classes, but I was also doing salsa. And and then tango got hold of me, and that was the end of any other dance.
You said that's when you got the bug and tango got a hold of me. What does that mean?
I don't know. I just liked the way it was, the embrace and the closeness, and the music was foreign to me. I mean, I didn't know anything about the music then. So, yeah, it's been quite a progression for me. Yeah, it took a long time to, because it was only a small group of us in Christchurch, and we hardly had any overseas teachers. It took a long time for me to try and grasp it. Only because, we didn't get overseas teachers coming through, and we were only a small group, and we were all learning,
You said it was a small group. How many would it be?
Oh, there might have been 15 of us, I suppose. And we used to have a milonga once every 6 months. So I never really improved, Yeah. It was just a bit of a casual thing for me for a long time.
Do you think that's an important part of the improving, that you would dance more regularly, or that you would have those external teachers?
Yeah, I think improving, to have some overseas teachers and to have more opportunities of dancing, on the social dance floor.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously that's where you learn, in a crowd.
Yeah.
So I always admire beginners. When I see beginners coming along, I always admire them getting on the crowded dance floor, because, we all get nervous when we start off. Happened to me,
I think people underestimate how intimidated a full dance floor can be.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. You've got to have the tools to get around the floor, and those tools are steps, if you want to call them steps, but I call them tools. And they're the things that you learn how to get around the crowded dance floor with, and that takes a while. It takes a long time,
That's probably one of the things you touch on there, is that it takes a long time if you compare it to something like salsa, for example.
Absolutely. Salsa, you can get a tin of salsa from the supermarket off the shelf.
Yeah.
You can get a tin of rock and roll or other dancing, but you can't get a tin of tango. It doesn't let you have that instant fix.
No.
It's a lifetime of learning, and I'm still learning.
Why do you think that is, that it's so different?
I think because tango is very deep. It's deeper than any other dance because you're so close. You got this beautiful embrace, a connection, the music, and then the tools down the line to get around the floor. And it's very deep for me, very deep.
Is that because of the music or the connection you have? Well,
All of those things.
All those things.
All of those things, yes.
Is that maybe one of the difficult things to get into, that you need a combination of all those things?
Yes, you do. I think you need to listen to the music. Even when you're starting off, is to get some music off someone, some traditional music for dancing, and go home and listen to it and get to know it. That would have helped me a lot, you know. But you find these things out as you go, you know. I find it's very under the skin when I'm dancing now, but it's taken me 25 years, which is not a long time in tango. It's not. It's not compared to some of the winners in Buenos Aires. Some of the milongueros have been dancing for 50 years, and they've got that music in their body.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you can never replace it. I think that's one of the things that's quite often mistaken. Maybe if you take Buenos Aires, for example, where there's a lot of old milongueros who are admired, or even younger people who are admired.
Yes.
But that people often say, oh, you can dance tango to an older age. But a lot of people here start at an older age, which is not the same as those people who are older now, who've been listening to that music since they were 4.
Yes.
And that's quite a big cultural gap.
It is a big cultural gap. But we can all get there.
We can.
And we get to know the music. That's a big thing.
That's a huge thing.
That's a huge thing.
That's all we can dance. We dance the music.
Yeah.
Not the steps.
No. We need tools. I call them tools, steps. We need those things, but we need the embrace first, the connection, the music, and then the steps. The walking is a big thing, you know, is to walk the tango. Pause and use the music. Because what we do when we're doing steps, we're only just walking. Doesn't matter whether we're turning, whatever we're doing, it's walking. We transfer our weight onto our axis and we find her axis. So we only find that through walking the tango, I think, for me.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And, well, you addressed walking there. When people begin, that's quite often the first big frustration. You know, I know how to walk.
Yeah, it's not easy. I still have to walk. I still have to work at it. I'm still working at it. I'm working with my walk, my clarity of lead, and the music. I'm working with that music still all the time, working with the music.